all to the love and light that is Unity of Lawrence. And so as we settle into our seats, in Unity we begin everything with prayer. So let's take a centering breath and open to the divine in all of us as we listen to this prayer. With full hearts and open minds, we gather today to accept the endless possibilities of peace on earth and peace in our hearts. We acknowledge the existence of pain and injustice in the world, but we also acknowledge limitless love and our limitless being. We welcome our divine inheritance as co-creators. We know that we are already standing in the light of love, of healing, and of transformation, and so it is. Amen. Our prayer chaplains are trained to hold sacred space and pray with you. So if there is anything in your heart to be held in prayer, please see Aaron after the service in the chaplain's office. And the office is right here. Our chaplains will also pray for you during the week. All you have to do is fill out one of those purple prayer slips and put that in the wooden box in the foyer. And remember, all prayers are confidential unless, like last week, there is a request for it to become public. And speaking of public, we're doing something new, offering a prayer circle immediately after the service at the front of the sanctuary here for all who want to participate in a group prayer for themselves and the world. You can still meet one-on-one with the chaplain in the office, but now you'll also be able to join other chaplains and experience the healing presence and oneness of the affirmative prayer. So just come forward at the end of the service if you'd like to participate. And wait, there's more about prayer, and here is Aaron to tell you more.
Thank you. For those of you that don't know me, Aaron Norris, I'm a board member, the activities coordinator here at Unity of Lawrence. And many of you will know that we are coming up in September, World Day of Prayer. Every year, there's World Day of Prayer, 24 hours of prayer. Lots of events hosted by Unity Village over there in Missouri. It starts September 10th in the evening, kickoff at 7 o'clock, and it goes 24 hours till the next night, and then it ends with a really cool concert out there. So that's all free and available to the public, and you can join by Zoom. But what we would like to do here for our own church participation is myself and Jay Pryor, yay, will be hosting a special service on that Wednesday evening to kick it off. And it's not a typical service where there's a lecture, no participation. What we want to do instead is invite you guys to more of an open house from 4:30 to 6:30 to come in and share your faith journey with us and each other, and bring a favorite prayer, a favorite poem. Tell us what prayer means to you, and get to know your fellow congregates better. And as an additional little activity that we're going to do is there'll be an opportunity to put a prayer on a small square piece of cloth, and we're going to assemble those on a string to develop our own communal prayer flag. That at the end of that meeting, but before World Day Prayer starts, we'll hang outside from the peace pole, the flagpole, and we'll have that fly for us for the entire period of the prayer day. So please, please come by, join us. You don't have to be there a whole 2 hours, and you don't have to do anything special. Just bring yourself and share your heart with us. And I see a question. Yes, it's Wednesday evening, September 10th. And Jay and I are committed to be here and kind of leading this event from 4:30 to 6:30. And then on Zoom or at Unity Village, the official kickoff will start at 7 p.m. So everybody will have time to get to their computers. So we won't interfere with those annual events. And they'll start that prayer circle, and it'll run for 24 hours till the next day. But we're going to, oh, thank you, Jay. Yes, that's how we would like to culminate the ending of ours as at 6 p.m. We will lead a meditation. The message this year is stillness, about stillness and finding your divine wisdom. So we have a related meditation. And we all know that prayer works, meditation works, and it works even better when we do it together. So please join us for that communal effort, and we'll end that way. Cool. Thank you.
9:10, pray again. And now that we're laughing in joyful spirit, it's time to rise and sing with Holly as we join together in Spirit is Alive in Us. Spirit, you're alive in us. You're alive in us right here. Spirit, you're the light in us, shining bright through us right here. Spirit, you're the love in us, reaching out with every touch. Spirit, you're the voice in us, rising up behind our hearts, yeah. We feel it, reveal it, we see it, believe it. It's Spirit, yeah. One more time. Spirit, you're alive in us. You're alive in us right here. Spirit, you're the light in us, shining bright through us right here. Spirit, you're the love in us, reaching out with every touch. Spirit, you're the voice in us, rising up behind our hearts, yeah. I know we feel it, we feel it, we see it, believe it. It's Spirit, yeah. All right, let's reach out and say hello to our neighbors. Here we go with our next verse. Spirit, you're the breath in us, breathing all of us right here. Spirit, you're the grace in us, calming every fear right here. Spirit, you're the peace in us, spreading out across the world. Spirit, you're the power in us, flying like a flag unfurled, yeah. We feel it, reveal it, we see it, believe it. It's Spirit, yeah. Spirit, you're the breath in us, breathing all of us right here. Spirit, you're the grace in us, calming every fear right here. Spirit, you're the peace in us, spreading out across the world. Spirit, you're the power in us, flying like a flag unfurled, yeah. We feel it, we see it, we see it, believe it. It's Spirit, yeah. Spirit, you're alive in us, you're alive in us right here. Spirit, you're the light in us, shining bright through us right here, yeah. Yes, and we are a lively bunch. And so, with great vigor, we will set Unity's founding principle together. There is only one presence and one power in the universe and in my life, God, the source of all good. And now our Unity of Lawrence vision statement. United in divine love and joy, we celebrate a peaceful and abundant world for all. And our Unity of Lawrence mission statement. We are a thriving spiritual community, sharing love, building bridges, and inspiring transformation. And so it is, and so it will be even more as we welcome back Star Sister Revival.
Glad you're a lively bunch today, because this might require a little participation on your part.
All right, yeah. So get ready to move your feet if you like.
Well, there is a clock on the coffee machine. What time it is relative to where you've got to be. There is a clock on the console of your car telling you what time it is relative to how far you've got to go before you're there at your destination. Be it a place of work, a place of rest, or a watering hole. Well, the question remains, what is time? It's when the sun goes up, the sun goes down, the moon comes out, and the people dance all around. This is the part where we dance. Even Einstein said, time is not a condition in which we live, but a condition in which we think. We can change the way we think. So the question remains, what is time? It's when the sun goes up, the sun goes down, the moon comes out, and the people dance all around. When the sun goes out, the sun goes down, the moon comes out, and the people dance all around. Well, there is a clock on the coffee machine telling you what time it is relative to where you've got to be. There is a clock on the console of your car telling you what time it is relative to how far you got to go before you're there at your destination. Be it a place of work, a place of rest, or a watering hole. Well, the question remains, what is time? It's when the sun goes up, the sun goes down, the moon comes out, and the people dance all around. Sun goes up, the sun goes down, the moon comes out, and the people dance all around. Sun goes up, sun goes down, moon comes out, and the people dance all around. What is time?
Those are happy fireflies dancing around. Love it. Thank you. And so I am so delighted that I get to introduce Sharon Dwyer, a member of Unity of Lawrence since 1984. Her dedication in Unity led her to becoming a licensed Unity teacher in 1990 and serving in that capacity in numerous ways throughout her years with us, and we are grateful. We are so grateful for her sharing her presence and wisdom today. So please welcome Sharon.
Wow, that was a lovely welcome. Thank you. I just got a loud environment notice on my phone, too. But I guess I'm the one who said it, so, that's yeah. Well, today I'm speaking to you about aging with self-compassion, and it's a topic near and dear to my heart for some reason. And so I've been doing a lot of reading and contemplating and watching YouTube videos of all types and just getting different perspectives on aging. And there's a wealth of information out there. I think it's all the retired social workers of America. They've all written books and done videos now on aging. But it's great. It's great to have resources, We have a lot of different kinds of resources. We have our inner spiritual resources, which are the most important, but we have our resources through other people, here in community and other communities, and even on YouTube. I mean, everything's on there. I obviously like it, but I'm easily entertained in some ways. So I was texting my cousin, and I told her my topic, and she said, "I have always admired your concern for the elderly." And I realized she was not considering herself to be part of my target audience. And she's 80. So, okay, we all have our different ways of looking at it, and that was hers. I also found people's questions online about aging too. And the one that struck me the most was, at what age do old people have a spiritual awakening? There wasn't a definitive answer on that one, but it was an interesting assumption. And fine, good. We can use spiritual awakening in every era of our lives. And we've all been aging our whole lives. It's not just quote unquote old people, it's development. It's living, it's growing, and but I think we're at a time now where I, for one, and many others obviously, want to look at aging differently, because it hasn't been a respected time in the lives of our culture, traditionally. Did you hear the one about the little old lady? I mean, it's just, and we all do that. I've done it. We minimize our thoughts about aging as if it were an afterthought or a joke. And it's not. You know that old saying or that refrigerator magnet, old age ain't for sissies? It was true, So changing our perspective will change our experience of aging, which is my hope. And I have to remind myself of that because I chose this topic for a reason. And aging with self-compassion takes practice. It's a spiritual practice. It's a spiritual practice, because many times we might talk to ourselves in a way that is unkind, and we've done it so long, and we've had that voice in our head that did it, and maybe Mom did it. Oh, well, she's passed. I'll forgive her now. But, that voice that said, or you're not good enough, or you're whatever. And it's a reminder that sometimes when we've done something bad, we've been made to feel guilty, or bad, we've been made to feel guilty, but some people have shamed us into thinking that we were bad. And that's because they didn't know any better, because it probably had been done to them. So that's a reminder not to do that to ourselves, you know. Instead to respond, learn, practice responding to ourselves the way we do to our friends or to someone we really care about. And that's what Dr. Kristen Neff has studied for years now. She's a professor at UT Austin, and she studied self-compassion. And she first got into it because her little boy was diagnosed autistic, and he would have meltdowns wherever she went, you know, and it was humiliating. She was on a flight to England. She probably regretted that one when he had a meltdown, and she learned for her own survival how to comfort herself and calm herself, because she could not get through to him to comfort or calm him until he was ready. So that became her PhD focus, and she has done a lot of books and videos and so forth about this. And could we have slide 1, Robert? Okay. There are 3 main aspects to self-compassion. Okay, let's see. No, that's it. That's the beginning of it. Okay. So whenever you notice you're in pain, remember there are 3 steps that you can take. Slide. Mindfulness. All right. Hold your thoughts and emotions in mindful awareness. Observe them without judgment. If we don't know what's going on, we won't be able to make it better. We won't be able to comfort ourselves or anyone else. So mindfulness is getting still and noting what is going on. It might be noticing, well, first of all, just how we feel, but maybe where in our body we feel that, you know, what's associated with it. Being aware, and that's the first step in just about anything in our lives. Okay, slide. Shared humanity. So this one really speaks to me for some reason. Remind yourself that encountering pain is part of the shared human experience. We are all in this together. That is so important because it reminds me that as long as we have bodies and are walking around on earth, we're not perfect. We're perfect in spirit, but we make mistakes, and everybody does. So remembering that humanity, shared humanity, can be a buffer to respond to other people's mistakes with the awareness that, well, they're not perfect, they are human. And some people make some big mistakes, but anyway, I make mistakes, that's for sure. So I need to be able to say, yeah, that was a human error. You know, I wasn't nice to that person, and I'm not happy about that. But my awareness is that I'm human, and it came from a place of hurt, so I need to see what I can do about that. But awareness and then shared humanity. And that has to do with community. That's why I come here. I come here for community. And I feel like it's even more important to me now than it used to be, because I like to spend time alone, but I don't want to get into a place where I'm just hanging out alone, you know? That's dangerous, especially for an older person, because isolation and loneliness are just detrimental. And I don't ever feel lonely anymore, but I used to. When I was younger, I got so lonely because when I was alone, I thought nobody was home. And that, through Unity and the 12 steps, has shifted over the years where I actually enjoy my own company and that of my dog and cat, too. So just knowing shared humanity, reminding ourselves that we do have something in common with all people, and that all people deserve compassion. Compassion is kind of like the grace of God. It isn't something we should have to earn. We deserve being cared about, and so does everybody else. And some of them won't know that, that's for darn sure, but we all deserve it. And as however we want to look at it, children of God or spiritual beings having a human experience, we deserve compassion. This is not self-pity at all. Self-pity is from the ego, and it says, I'm different, and I'm worse off, and it ain't my fault, it's your fault. You know, that's not self-compassion. Self-compassion is, I recognize that I have pain in my life, whether it be physical, emotional, and I deserve compassion. And I'm the one who lives with me, so I'm going to start by giving it to me. Every Sunday we sing, let there be peace on earth, let it begin with me. And I say today, let there be compassion on earth, and let it begin with me. Because it starts with the individual, and then to our surroundings and our community here, our community in Lawrence, and so forth, all the way to the global. But let there be compassion on earth, and let it begin with me. Slide. Kindness. Offer yourself the kindness and care that you deserve. So, mindfulness, being aware of what's going on for us, and for someone else, because Kristen Neff said she doesn't see any difference between self-compassion and compassion for others. One leads to the other. If we are compassionate towards ourselves, then we will know how to learn, if we don't already know, how to be compassionate for others. So the mindfulness, the awareness, common humanity, and they don't have to go in any certain order, but that's our shared lives, our shared viewpoints, shared perspectives, our humanity. In the movie Harold and Maude, Harold was you might remember that if you're aging. Harold was a young boy with a very kind of black perspective, and he met this woman who was close to 80, turning 80, and she was just amazing. She was phenomenal. She had such joie de vivre. And he said to her, you really like people, don't you? And she said, of course I do. They're my species. So that's shared humanity, right? Okay. So offering ourselves the kindness and care that we deserve. So this is very important, and it has to do with living in integrity, like knowing what our values are, and to the best of our ability, imperfectly granted, expressing them in our lives, expressing them in our choices, in all kinds of choices, you know. And our values in unity, we consider them spiritual values, but we have the 12 powers of humans. Love and compassion fits right in there, and power and understanding, and I can't think of all of them at this moment, but we value those types of powers, inner powers, given through us from the divinity, from divine love. So that's part of our values. And I also found a statement online that I wasn't aware of from Unity Worldwide Ministries, and it was their statement earlier this year on, I hope I can find it now because it was too much for a slide. Okay. It was their statement on social justice. Now, social justice has not been the strongest suit of Unity traditionally, because it was started by our co-founders, Charles and Myrtle Fillmore, out of individual prayer for healing. So it was inner, but inner, the outer comes from the inner. That's if we're living by our principles, our values. So Myrtle Fillmore, as we've been told, healed herself of TB in over 2 years by meditating every day on thoughts of healing. And we may or may not be healed in a way that we recognize as such, because healing might look different than what we would hope for. But in like praising ourselves, our body, praising the body, we can experience a different attitude and a different experience of life, of sickness, of wellness, of lack of wellness. It's through meditating and being able to talk to the body. That's what Myrtle said she did. She talked to every cell in her body and she praised it. She told all the parts of her body that they were organs of God. I made that part up, but and that they were, I don't know if she said that, but essentially, yes, that they were divine in nature and of God, and that they could do a good job. And I want to remember that I am more than my body, because we tend to identify with it so much. It's like that's who I am, and it's more helpful not to identify with it to that extent, but to know I am a soul and I have a body. And as long as I'm alive, I'm going to have that body. And it behooves me to be kind to that body. And I won't do it perfectly, because I might eat some ding-dongs or ho-hos or, something that's not really kindness to the body. But I have to forgive myself for that, because I'm only human. But I need to relate to my body in such a way that I am encouraging it to be whole, to experience wellness. Instead of saying, oh, my back, blah, 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 which I say, I can say, all right, I feel pain in my back, and I experience that, and I relax into it. I know that my back can help me to stand tall, and that it is with my feet, it's my understanding. The body expresses the powers that we have, the love and understanding and strength and joy and all that. And we can talk to it and encourage those powers to evidence. We can ask, or affirm rather, just say it, that these powers are within us and that we can demonstrate them. So, my body has the power to experience love and strength and understanding, and I can call that forth from my body, from myself. If I don't feel it or experience it in the moment, I can call it forth. And I think that is using affirmative prayer as a tool for compassion. I can tell my body, it's okay to hurt, but we're not going to stay there. We're going to move. Everything we go through, if we can think of it as a path to move through instead of a place to stay, that's just more helpful. So we can encourage ourselves to express our values, to express the divine powers that we all have. And this is life-changing. And we can encourage others to do that, although they'll do it at their own pace. Don't go too heavy on that one. We've all been there where we knew exactly how somebody else needed to express themselves. No. So best to start with ourselves, and then move out. And in doing that, we will become more aware that the other person has to do it themselves. That, we cannot make somebody else feel better. We can try, but essentially, that person has to recognize something within themselves, even though they can be encouraged by other people expressing kindness, of course, but we can't do it for someone else. But anyway, I kind of got sidetracked, but that's all right. I'm human. I want to say that the statement that I found, which, whatever, I might not see it right now, but I know basically what it was about unity and social justice. And it's a long statement, a whole page, But in the middle, there were like 5 paragraphs probably. In the middle 3 paragraphs, what I saw were expressions of the values of the unity movement. And those expressions, those values included inclusiveness, diversity, and what's the other one? Thank you. I wanted to say equanimity, which is a good trait, but it's not the right one. Yeah, diversity, equity, diversity, inclusivity, and equity. All right. Those are values that our spiritual movement espouses. Without going too far, let me say that our culture is not unanimous in espousing those values at this time, which actually breaks my heart, but that's just that's where I am. But I know that my spiritual movement does espouse those values, and that I can do that in my way. And once again, starting with me, I can show myself those values and express them and see them in others and in group. And that's what community's about. That's what we're about. We're here. We're here to express our shared values, our shared humanity, and our shared spirituality. And we can help one another do that. And self-compassion is one way that we can help one another do that. And I was really pleased to see that Unity had made a statement on that because I think it's so important. And I had wondered why I hadn't seen anything. I don't know. Not every group has to make a statement about everything, but it is affirming when we hear that our families of various sizes and dimensions do affirm what we know to be right and true, because that's what we have to do. And this is not just about aging, but it is, because all of these things, I think, become more important toward the end of our life. Maybe we're more aware of them. That's one thing that can be very positive about aging, is seeing our own values more clearly and living them more effectively, because that's how we age well. That's how we live well. You know? Knowing who we are and knowing the resources that we have, whether it's other people, books, prayer, spirit guides, however we want to perceive it. Those are our resources, and many of them are inner resources, but they also express through others, and that's why we need community. So I am hopeful to continue to grow in this way myself, and to make mistakes, of course, but to value these powers I have, these spiritual powers, to value the people around me who express these powers as well, and to live in community and in solitude, because I can do both, just not at the same time, but I can do both. So I invite you to just explore what is meaningful for you in this topic, even if you're not concerned about the elderly. You can still see what is yours to learn, and I am grateful to be here. Thank you.
All right, so let's take a breath together as we kind of go into this softer space in our meditative zone here.
It's all there in the stillness, in the rhythm, in the grace, in the clarity of silence, silhouette upon your face, in the crashing of the ocean, in the whispers of the wind, in the template of humanity, the conscious spark within. It's the seventh generation here to lead us in the way
Of the shaman and the warrior, the priestess and the sage.
It's an artisan of living things, the bard of ancient song.
It's the one that calls our spirit forth to keep us living strong.
If we were to wash these civilizations down the drain, how could we escape the grip of our DNA ingrained? Post-cultural de-evolution of the fittest, who would still remain? It's the prophet and the teacher, the artist and the muse.
It's the spiral revolutions of our particles and views.
It's the phosphorescent quantum field and the spirits of the sea. It's the frequency of healing love, connecting you and me. It's the weaving of the tapestry in all the shades of grace.
In the coming of the mastery, old energies replace.
In the calling on the ancient sky with longing with the tone. In the oneness of the cosmos, you know we're not alone. If we were to draw with our magnetic field within, we could feel beyond the veil that's edging us so thin. Post-revival apocalypse, singing praises to the writing in the wind. It's the renaissance of culture, the laissez-faire of dance.
It's the proud and brazen sculpture as the song gives peace a chance.
It's the flower on a silent grave in honor of a man. It's the mandala now swept away into its native land. Ooh. Kinetic heart full of kindred love. You're written in the very stars above. Raise up your countenance and feel the embrace. You're in the arms of the ancient days. Kinetic heart full of kindred love. You're written in the very stars above. Raise up your countenance and feel the embrace. You're in the arms of the ancient of days.
As we enter into a time of meditation, I'm reminded that Father Richard Rohr said, doubt is not the opposite of faith. Certainty is the opposite of faith. And with that in mind, we can allow ourselves to be open to new ideas, to new experiences, and to new tools in our lives. Take a breath and get comfortable. Close your eyes if you prefer. Focus on the breath. Notice the rise and fall as it enters and leaves your body. Acknowledge your experiences. Bring to mind a situation or challenge that is currently causing you difficulty. One that is small enough, perhaps, to be manageable in 5 minutes, but nothing too heavy, but something that is giving us pause. And offer yourself compassion. Say to yourself, may I be kind to myself in this moment. May I accept myself as I am. May I accept myself as I am. Imagine a supportive and loving presence offering you comfort and encouragement. And that is actually probably true, not just imagination, but go ahead. Let's use our imagination to feel that we are comforted and encouraged from within ourselves and from our spiritual resources. Notice the emotions that arise as you acknowledge that you have a challenge. Allow yourself to feel emotion without judgment. It's okay to feel overwhelmed or sad, whatever else might come up. And then extend kindness to your body. Scan your body for areas of tension or discomfort. Notice in mindfulness where these are. And gently send loving thoughts and warmth to those areas. Because that's the same thing Myrtle Fillmore did to heal herself. She gently sent loving thoughts and warmth to the areas of her body in which she felt tension or discomfort. Say to yourself, I am worthy of love and care. I am worthy of love and care. I am doing my best. And I am enough. I am enough. Take those thoughts into a moment of silence. I am enough. Slowly, gently stretch and open your eyes. And reflect on how you felt in this meditation and how you can use it in your day-to-day life to create calming, compassion, and love. So as we end our meditation, I remind you that we are all just walking each other home. Thank you.
resilient. I trust the movement. I negate the chaos. Uplift the negative. I'll show up at the table again and again and again. I close my mouth and learn to listen. These times are poignant. The winds have shifted. It's all we can do to stay uplifted. Pipelines through backyards, wolves howling out at front. Yeah, I got my crew and truth is what I want. Realigned and on point, power to the peaceful, prayers to the water, women at the center. All vessels open to give and receive. Let's see the system brought down to its knees. Whoa, whoa, oh, oh. 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 I'm made of thunder. I'm made of lightning. I'm made of dirt, yeah. Made of the fine things. My father taught me that I'm a speck of dust and this world was made for me. So let's go and try our luck. I got my roots down, 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 down deep. I got my roots down, 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 down deep. I am resilient. I trust the movement. I negate the chaos. Uplift the negative. I'll show up at the table again and again and again. I'll close my mouth and learn to listen. Oh, oh, oh. Whoa, whoa, 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 oh, oh.
Thank you so much, Star Sister and Sharon. Wonderful to breathe in this cool air and compassion for ourselves. Excuse me. And so this is our time of thanks. I invite you to join me as we hold our gifts to our community in our hands and love in our hearts. Let's affirm together, divine love through me blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. And so it is. And as the love offering is collected, let's join Holly in singing Sacred Love.
You are sacred love is all that you are. You are sacred love is all that you are. Show the way, God, show the way. I want to live in such a state of grace. Lead the way, God, lead the way. I want to live in such a holy place. Such a holy place. You are sacred love is all that you are. You are sacred love is all that you are.
So here is our prayer of thanks to listen to. We are grateful and we bless the flow of good that supports our unity community. We stand in the knowing that the flow of good goes forth, returning again and again. And so it is. Amen. And a special welcome to our guests today. Thank you so much for joining us. There's more information in a welcome packet about Unity in general and Unity of Lawrence. And also, Marty has created a card stack that is front and back using less paper, and it still shows all of our monthly speakers for September. And on the back, a lot of exciting activities and events. And so pick that up. It's there for all to enjoy. And we do have a lot going on around here, more and more. The Sunday Lunch Bunch will be meeting after the service today at Who Hot Grill on 2525 Iowa Street. Anybody's welcome to go eat lunch and chat. Join us next Sunday when Cindy Smarsh brings us the message, Heaven Can't Wait. Special music will be provided by Cindy Novello, so double down on Cindy Week. Share in the joy of making music together as we form a choir that will sing in our October 19 Sunday service. Rehearsals will take place Mondays from 7 to 8, starting September 2. Please let us know of your interest by signing up in the foyer. There's, 15-ish or more already signed up, and it's not too late to be more. Make a difference in someone's life. Speaking of sign-ups, out in the foyer, you can sign up to provide a meal and some needed groceries for our Family Promise community on either September 14th or 15th. And so you can sign up to host the meal, and information is there. It's super easy and a lot of fun. Feeds the spirit for sure. And also making donation for groceries. And sign up if you have any questions. See Pat and Lisa, or me, anyone that's done it. And then Friday, September 19th, 6:30, is one of our special events that Aaron's been working on Fridays. And so Marty Stemmerman, if you've never experienced her drumming circle, Marty is going to be offering Exploring the Mystic's Path into the Unseen Worlds. This is the second of our monthly weekend wisdom events. And so if it calls to you and you enjoy that, there's also a follow-up workshop on the following Saturday. Lots more. All of that's on the foyer little card stack. And so do focus on living in the flow. Prosperity for the 21st Century is a can't miss class. Tuesdays beginning September 23rd by Reverend Anna Schaus. Again, sign up, see all there is to do. And Sunday there's even a workshop by our own Reverend Jen Hutchins for art, the art of self-care, which ties right in with Sharon's talk today. Other events, including all of our weekly events that are ongoing. Thank you for being a part of this thriving spiritual community. Sign up and it is yours. Let's join together in singing our peace song.